Hey, good morning. Walking Man 45 here. Showing off a new Western 62 folding hunter. So I'll put up a picture of some tank stamps from Western. This appears to be at earliest 1950s. You've got the lanyard, ring, match strike, and you can see Western States, and then it says I think it says Boulder CO, Colorado. And so I purchased this as kind of a project knife, just to fool around with, and the main blade was broken. There's a better look at that tank stamp. So I figured, I had some blades from another purchase I had made, and I compared the blade to some other Westerns, and it seemed to be the same length and overall dimensions, except for the blade stock is thinner as you go down the blade, so that kind of sucks. And then the originals have a rounded butt end of the blade, whereas this one, as you can see, is flat and it has a half stop. So it kind of, because of the rounded end of the blade, see how it kind of like ovals out a little bit at the bottom? It means that the back spring isn't the same as the original. So there's a little gap there. But overall, it came out good enough. This is at least a 75-year-old knife. I still have to sharpen it up, and the tank stamp on this one is Bladestone, Michigan, USA, MSA. I believe this is a Queen actually made knife, and then I can't really read that. If you guys know what that is, let me know. So basically, I tried to punch out the pin. It really wasn't working. So I punched it out a bit. I used the razor blade method where I kind of put it in and just cut the pin and then tried to drill it out a little bit. I used a few different bits and eventually got it out. But the thing is, when you're replacing these, you've got to take out the back spring pin because it's pushing, on the springs. So to relieve the tension so that you can get the blade in, and then the pin, you got to pull this. So I did damage it a little bit trying to drill it out. But the other issue is, and I'll try to put another slide here so you can see like the before and after, was there's a big crack here around the pin. And there are 3 channels that I watch a lot when trying to get ideas on how to repair knives. Southern Knife Hobbyist, obviously the Knife Doctor, and Patriot Blade and Patriot Knife and Tool. Especially Patriot Knife and Tool. Dwayne does, like, the guy's like a master craftsman. He does a lot of he used to do like instrument repairs, and now he does like vintage knife recovers and total rebuilds and repairs. Stuff he does is awesome. So from the 3 of them, I got the idea to cut a piece of this other very old, probably 1950s Western scale that broke off, cover that broke off, and I just fit it to this portion, and then I used Gorilla Super Glue to attach this cover back on. It was basically only held on a little bit by this pin and it was shaky, so I drilled out this pin and pulled it off, cleaned it all off. I added some dust from the fitting of this to around this pin, which again, as Patriot Knife and Tool does, he'll put in like a fake pin. So this pin isn't really holding it necessarily. I made it long enough so that it goes into the old hole in the liner, but it's kind of just for show, but it also helps it from moving back and forth. And then I just added that dust and some of the super glue, and again the scale is super glue. But one thing I really wanted to showcase is look at how deep this old school jigging is. Obviously I've got to fix this pin a little bit more, add some more dust or whatever, but look at, I mean, it's kind of difficult to show, but it is deep bone. And then the flip side, it doesn't even match. That's the funny thing. It's like, it's a totally different color, a totally different type of bone, but I had to try to save it. I mean, it's so beautiful. I don't know if this is jigged or if it's natural stag. And then here's the Skinner blade, pretty worn. I was going to make this a single blade, but because I lost the tang stamp on this blade, I figured I'd keep this. And it's so old with this match strike pull. So there you go, hurt him up. Came out okay. Still needs a little bit of polishing, but all right, Walking Man 45. Yeah, I really like these Westerns. I know I've said it on a couple other videos, but it amazes me that this design basically went away. Extra large hand, it's such an awesome knife. Much better than the Coke bottle from GEC or Marbles or anybody else. This is way superior. This blade is, like I said, it's not perfect. It's weaker than the original, but yeah, all in all, 75-plus-year-old knife. Maybe it may be 1911 for all I know, or 1920 or 30 or 40, but there you go. All right, Walking Man 45 out.